Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. So my friend cut this trail a few days ago so we could come out here and get to these rocks. Previously it was just way too overgrown and we really couldn't fish this spot unless we got on the neighbor's property and fished it from their side. But we don't really want to continue doing that, so now we don't have to do that. Let's hang out. It might rain, so let's see what I can do. Last time I was catching bluegill from here, but on their property, casting to over here. So let's see if the gills are here or what's here. I would love to be doing good with jigs and other little artificials, but we're in the ICW and artificials don't always work that great. Water's always dirty. We may try later, but yeah, I'm doing the easiest thing. Drop shot and some red worm. Here we go. So the last time I was catching gills here, I was getting this size and a little bit bigger. But yeah, I didn't come here because I expect some spectacular gargantuan sizes to come out of here. And then later I'll be crushing some garlic and putting some butter in a little pan. No, that's not the reality here. The reality is that we will use something like this to get something like this on another session later. I do plan on going somewhere where the reality is different, and when we're doing this, we will be crushing some garlic and putting some butter into a little pan. Now, sometimes that reality happens at a spot like this down here. We're catching big red ears that we're going to cook, occasionally big bluegill. I just don't expect that reality to ensue here. This is a bait session. We love surprises. We're just not expecting everything to be a surprise. That's not a surprise either. There we go. Oh, that's a better size bait. See, I told you they weren't all gonna be tiny like the first one, but I guarantee we're not gonna be finding them super huge to where I'm gonna be crushing some garlic. Down in these rocks, there are blue crabs right now because there is a decent enough salinity count in this shipping canal to where there's saltwater species in here, including crabs and certain fish. What we need is a cold front. It's going to be a while before we get one. Getting a lot of bites from over there. And what's funny is I'm having to cast over the property line, but I'm standing on my friend's property, but it seems like all these gills are over there, thinking that just because some lady don't want me to be over there catching those gills, that I can't catch those gills. Oh, here we go. I absolutely can catch these gills from where I'm standing. Maybe at some point in the year, whoa, there'll be some really big gills over there. I mean, I have caught gills down here in southeast Louisiana that absolutely demanded some crushed garlic and some butter. They do exist. And they likely exist in the ICW as well. There are parts of this shipping canal that tie into natural bodies of water, like bayous, swamps, further that way towards the Gulf. But where we're at, this is totally man-made. It doesn't tie into anything natural. It does have some banks that seem to look like a natural setting, but it's not. In fact, goes all the way to the river that way. But yeah, if we go this way, we do tie into some natural bayous as we get closer to the Gulf, and the fishing can get better. So yeah, probably at some point could have a better chance of getting those big pan-sized gills out of there. I just don't expect it today because we need a cold front. This water is still pretty hot. We're not in a natural setting. We're in a shallow run. It's just deep enough for the draft of these barges. Look at this one just creeping by nice and quiet. But yeah, it's not like we have some deep hole out in front of us that is holding a really decent water temperature. This is all fairly warm right now. But once this water temperature drops, bigger fish could likely come up into this area. But right now we're lucky enough that we're getting decent bait size gill. Even with fish, just like with people, the older you get, the less you want to deal with hot stuff. You want something more mild, more temperate. Maybe even the Arctic Circle, but that's don't think that I want the Arctic Circle, not today. Maybe sometime it would be nice. Closest I get to having the Arctic Circle is a really good air conditioner. Maybe if I'm desperate, I'll crawl into the chest freezer. Okay, so as the towboat portion of this barge grows ever closer to us, you'll see that the dynamics are changing. When I got here, there was no current. If there was a current, I couldn't see it. But now he's creating one. And that could be creating havoc with this bluegill horde over here, this bed that I'm fishing. But no, I'm still getting bites. Other species may all of a sudden show up right here too, because fish are he's causing fish to move around a lot. He's still affecting the water here in my swim. Oh, but the fish haven't moved. They're still there. You see, that's where he's at. He's almost gone. Well, I just put a new worm on there and you took it. This guy is really small. I'm gonna let him go. There we go. That's pretty good for a bait size. Could eat that too, but you're not going to get much meat off of this at all. You can maybe put that on a cracker. You're definitely not getting a sandwich. You would need so many of this size to make it worth it. But if you sat here long enough, maybe you'd get that amount. Fuel barges coming and going is pretty common in this canal. There's other barges that come and use this going from one place to another. Fuel barges are super common because there are anchorages on either side of the opening here of the lock down there, going upriver and downriver, and undoubtedly they're going out to service a ship. All that fuel is going to go into one ship. There's millions of dollars worth of fuel going by us right now. Millions of dollars. This one is going to really discombobulate Mike. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff behind them, birds feeding. But where I'm standing is not a good idea at the moment. Let's move. Wow, it's like one after another. We just had that one go that way, and now we got this one coming from the lock. That's a fuel barge as well. That I lost count how many have gone by since I've been here. I haven't been here long. I did not want to stay here long. Just wanted to get some gill and move on. Yeah, the truth of the reason, the truth of why this trail exists now. I was using the neighbor's property as like an easement to get on these rocks, because the property line is somewhere over there, not far, and all them gill are over there by the property line. But when I realized the gill were over there, I couldn't get through here because it was so overgrown. And then a lady showed up, and I said, "Hey, is it all right if I use your property to get on theirs?" "Oh, I'm not comfortable with that." And I'm just like, I just want to use your property as an easement. I did not argue, but yeah, she was uncomfortable with me using her property as an easement to get on their property. It's like, I don't even know if she knew what she was talking about, or if she knew who I was, or it's just fishing, right? It was like, okay. And I told my friend, he's like, she don't even own that. I'll make a trail to get to the bluegill bed. And yeah, now we can cast her over there towards their property and catch, and nobody can complain. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes you got to do silly things like that because somebody's uncomfortable. Yeah, well, whatever. Okay, yeah. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being a member of the channel. And yeah, you're right. I'll see y'all next time.